for. Feels like the end is near, our freedom's disappearing. People playing God, call it genetic engineering. Media misleading us and evil's interfering, while the government we need became the power that we're fearing. Our billionaires are going to space, don't blame them for leaving. Birds are falling out the air, fish washing up on our beach.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Heart of the Matter.
Hello.
I am here with my friend, Pastor James, and today we are featuring The End of the World with Tom McDonald, featuring John Rich from Big and Rich.
Yes. So Tom McDonald is working on a new album, I'm guessing, right?
I believe that is the case. That's what he said in this live the other day.
Well, he just released 2 new albums earlier this year, and the man is coming out again with another one. This man work ethic is something to listen to, man.
Well, the 2 albums came out last year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. Revolution, and also
Revolution and Renegades.
Renegades, yeah. That is amazing stuff this man is up to. So here we are again with another one from Tom McDonald.
And
this is exciting.
Yeah, he is. He's going hard on this one, just like he always does. He is a no quit, all fight, And
it's sad. It's sad. I heard that the Ghost song was gonna do well in Canada, and he was canceled.
Yeah.
Because they say he was a controversial kind of artist and stuff like that. Like they do that even in the the cancel mob is that bad even in these places.
It really is. And that's a sad thing is you say the slightest thing out of line against the narrative, and they will cancel you in a heartbeat. They will nuke you from orbit.
Nope.
You put up one short clip video of something they don't agree with, and they will cancel you for it.
Well, he sounded like he was really hurt because one of the things he said is feels like he trusted the system again, knowing that they had failed him before. He trusted the music industry and the radio, knowing that, okay, it looks like we're going places with this one. And then they kind of pulled the rug right under his feet and left him on his bottom. And I was like, ouch, that is so messed up, like that is so messed up how this works out. And this is why the Hangover Gang family, we got to stand firm with Tom.
I think the thing is as an independent artist, he was building up so much steam and momentum that it scared the music industry.
I don't know why. How did they come to the understanding that this is a controversial artist? What exactly has he done that supposedly violated the music industry protocol, should I say?
He speaks the truth.
Yeah, when did they come to a place where they themselves will determine what artists can say and cannot say? I thought the artists today were among the freest type of people in the world. I guess not so anymore.
One would think, but these days, apparently, truth is in the ones that with the pocketbooks.
Crazy. We live in a lunacy world, indeed.
Or as Tom would say, clown world.
Clown world. Yeah, snowflakes. I'm ready for this one. Yes,
without further ado, let's get to the heart of the matter.
Let's do it.
I know the end is near, the television telling lies. I know for sure the revolution won't be televised. I know that we've been waiting patiently for better times. We fell asleep and men are blind, can't recognize it's genocide. Feel like the bomb about to drop out of the clouds. Another virus going airborne, go hide inside your house. Farmers watching crops die, they drying up with droughts. Angry people forming crowds and trying to burn the cities down. This is Armageddon, martial law for our protection. I talk to God, but it's long distance and I lost reception. Forest fires and oil spills are the awful lessons. I'm just waiting for the devil to take over heaven. This is biblical, I swear it's in the Bible. We keep killing one another and we dying for survival. We used to fight for peace, we put our flowers in their rifles. Now we're about to be extinct, every man, woman, and child.
If it's the end of the world, I will do better next time. Oh yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know it. If it's the end of the world, I know that I have lived my life to the fullest. Yeah, the fullest. We stood on top of mountains, we've been to space before. We had our dogs and houses, we dug up dinosaurs. We built those bombs are dropping, we fought in all their wars. Now that the sky's falling, what did we do it for?
Feels like
first thing I noticed right off the rip, Tom is speaking biblical truth here.
I was gonna say he sounds like Bible prophecy to me.
It is straight,
like a Matthew 24 kind of message here.
Not just Matthew, but I'm talking 2 Timothy biblical truth.
2 Timothy 3.
the 7 seals.
Yeah, you know? Or Revelation chapter 6.
You know, and it's just
it's amazing.
Oh man,
we still got to talk about this graphic, by the way, quickly before we go into the biblical side of this thing. Tom, that is a serious look indeed. He sounds like he got some of that country stuff mixed with some Indian hands. You notice that? That's just
he's definitely got some rhinestone cowboy thing going on.
Yeah. That is different. All right, Tom, I see what you're doing. So I'm guessing he's mixing it up with John Rich here, and John Rich bringing that countryside to the thing here. But the graphic here, boy, so much happening in the background.
Somebody put some work on the graphic details.
I think I know who that is. Who else could it possibly be?
I got a pretty good idea too. But the things that really stood out to me in this, are bomb out of the clouds. Now, I don't think it's going to be so much a bomb out of the clouds as it is. That's going to be the beginning of the tribulation period when Jesus returns and takes his chosen back to heaven.
It sounds like Revelation 13, when he speaks about making fire come out from heaven and deceive them all kind of thing. But anyway, it's just that he's addressing so many biblical things here that I don't even know where to begin because he is just on fire. And even when he mentioned the virus that we are not allowed to say his name out loud.
Virus airborne.
Yeah, virus airborne.
You got the horseman of pestilence.
Yeah.
Farmers.
Yeah. I've also heard that Mr. Fauci might go to prison because it done came out that he had lied under oath. And I'm praying that he does because, listen, man, I had to bury family members, church members of ours had to be buried. So if you were behind some of this stuff, there's a price to pay. I do believe in mercy, but I also believe in justice.
And if y'all haven't been keeping up with it, y'all might want to catch up on the Twitter files.
You need to.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, man.
Look into the Twitter files.
Do a little bit of digging. Not only so, I heard even a doctor who has a lot of credentials came out and totally obliterated him under oath, saying that the man had not said the truth. He doesn't really go after Mr. Fauci, but he went and exposed the reality of it. And I think Tom McDonald is touching a number of things here that we can sit back and say, praise God. I also see a level of spiritual awakening in Tom. Have you noticed that? He's been getting better and better. I know with the recent song that he had, was it Going to Church? The church song, was it Fight?
Fighter.
Yeah, Fighter.
Yep.
I noticed after that, there's been a lot of that, even him willing the other day not to curse while on a live stream because somebody asked him not to. I mean, he kind of went and cursing again because he was so upset about what they did to him. But the thing is, I'm seeing a level of humility in Tom. He's growing up. He's doing exceptionally well.
I definitely am seeing changes in Tom that are for the better.
Absolutely.
As far as
I agree.
Becoming more towards that side. I don't think he's quite there yet, but I think it's definitely leaning in that direction.
Yeah, his eyes is being open. I think after a while, like I've said before, Tom has to begin to ask himself some question. How much longer are you going to keep fighting against the system? Because the system cannot be changed. What has to happen is you need to change. And then with the sword of the Spirit, with the word of God, fight against the system. Because that system is, you can only call it out for so long. You know what I'm saying? You can only say conspiracy theory for so long. There comes a point where you have to say, what are we doing here? You want
to be a true revolutionary. Be like the original revolutionary.
That's
Jesus Christ.
You gotta do it like Jesus did it. That's right.
and the other thing in this first verse that he mentioned was people forming crowds. Which reminds me of the other horseman.
Yeah.
That, gathers people up and riles them up and gets them to fight against one another.
And that's something.
How often have we seen that lately?
Mm.
I
I
mean,
can see it. I can see it in a culture war. I can see so many people just dividing among different ethnicity and so on, and the
the
racial
summer
war
of
today.
love.
Oh yeah, I can see it all happening, even in politics today, we can see that division happening as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, he is definitely speaking on some biblical truths here.
Well, yeah, he's known for telling, speaking facts, but he's starting to mix the truth and the facts with some biblical knowledge.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like Tom is getting Bible study from somebody. I wonder.
And
Who?
and this is and it's very impressive to see this evolution in Tom, and
Absolutely,
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it too. Let's keep going.
The end is near, our freedom's disappearing. People playing God, call it genetic engineering. Media misleading us and evil's interfering, while the government we need became the power that we're fearing. Our billionaires are going to space, don't blame them for leaving. Birds are falling out the air, fish washing up on our beaches. This is end times, humans got a deadline. Children are the future till we ruin them with headlines. Should be past their bedtime, but everyone's woke. They told us chase a dollar that made everyone broke. I feel like cryptocurrency is probably our last financial hope. Soon enough the government will leave your bank account froze. Judgment day is coming, you can run or you can stand and fight. Panic in the dark or lead rebellions by the candlelight. This ain't your granddaddy's planet Earth, it's black and white. The end is coming, I'll see y'all in the afterlife.
If it's the end of the world, I will do better next time. Oh yeah, I know it. Yeah, I know it. If it's the end of the world, I know that I have lived my life to the fullest. Yeah, the fullest. We stood on top of mountains, we've been to space before. We had our dogs and houses, we dug up dinosaurs. We built those bombs are dropping, we fought in all their wars. Now that the sky's falling, what did we do it for? It's the end of the world as we know it. It's our fault that it's over. While we look down at our phones.
Did you see the tinfoil hat?
Yep. And then the tinfoil, $500.
Yeah. And that's something. Yeah, man.
Now, here's the thing. In this verse, the thing is, people playing God, and they call it genetic engineering. I mean, where have we seen this?
Do we need to go there?
I mean, hello.
Hey.
And then we got media misleading children, ruining them with headlines and social media and everything else.
We have drag queen shaking their junk in front of kids. I mean, that's considered normal. That's considered sexual expression. Yeah.
Come on. And then we have the government devaluing currency so that you're only left with crypto. Yeah. I'm wondering, personally, is crypto just a Trojan horse to get a one world currency?
Cashless society? Just wondering. Take off your tinfoil hat, mister.
I mean, honestly, in the end times, this is the direction that it's going to head.
It sounds like Revelation is coming loud and clear to me. Hey, you cannot buy and sell, save you have the mark of the beast or the name of the beast or the number of his name. It sounds like somebody's working hard to make it happen.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is all been predicted in Bible prophecy.
Yeah, bears.
And if people aren't paying attention, they are going to miss out on this. And this is the part that gets me about the chorus is I'll do better next time.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is there's not going to be a next time. You're going to end. Okay. So the other day I just watched a movie called it's the sequel to the one where the rapture happens and Left Behind. Yes, Left Behind. With Kevin Sorbo. They released the sequel to
Mm-hmm.
it. So this is the second part to the first one. And I
Gotcha.
just watched that one.
Okay.
Where they showed the Antichrist, showed him
Mhm.
for who he was, and now they're working toward a one world currency system and all this other stuff. And it's like, I'm like seeing all these things happening, and I'm like, this is really happening.
Yeah, I have a really good movie. I think it's called the two. It's called Babylon, the Bride, the Beast, and uh, and the Dragon. It's actually a very interesting one to check out as well because he makes the link and it does show you what Tom McDonald is talking about. Like this is the end of the world. We are living right in the end times, and for people who are not paying attention, I'm hoping a song like this might wake some people up to say, open up that book, that old book called the Bible, and bow their knees and pray and read and ask God to show you his face and begin to believe what he says, because there's no way you can go through these days without a faith in Christ, or else you're going to be heartbroken.
And the next time is going to be much harder than this time. It's easier to get saved now than after.
Yeah.
Like this is what I've been trying to tell everyone who I've been talking to about this thing is, you don't want to be the one left behind.
No.
That is not what you want.
No. You remember the story of Noah and kind of the people that did not enter into the ark, and unfortunately, so many of us are going to be left behind because we did not enter into the ark of Christ. Well, because of our doubts and unbelief, we trusted the crowd. We said, "Oh, flood had never been a flood before. It could never happen." Like people today are saying the same thing. Christ could never come. Really, Jesus returned. Christian be saying this for a lot of time, but Noah also preached 120 years. Didn't the flood do? The flood did come, right? Didn't it? It did come.
It
And
did
archaeologists, the more archaeologists dig, is the more they're confirming that, hey, there had to be a flood. Even mountains, for them to be formulated the way that they are, is only the result of a flood, because God didn't create mountains. So all of these things
and
are
tree
signs.
fossils. And found tree fossils that are vertical instead of horizontal.
Absolutely.
That could only happen because of a flood.
Yeah, that's interesting. And you find these fossils, even animal fossils, in high into different places in the mountains. How
that
did
would
they
never
get there?
that would never have been there.
Yeah, how did they get there? Crushed up, layered in these places. Why? Because when the flood was coming, these animals had to go uphill. It only makes sense.
Or they were washed up there.
Some will say the Bible is a farce. Think again. Tom McDonald seems to believe it.
And I mean, this is something that people need to start paying attention to, start looking at the signs around you and start taking seriously, folks, because normally we don't like to talk about doom and gloom and stuff, but this is a real thing. This is happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether you want it to or not.
Yeah. We don't believe in fear mongering. We believe that love moves and transforms, and love alone has power to do the things that need to be done in a person's heart. But at the same time, we do believe that there needs to be some urgency, because oftentimes humanity, we also lack. You know what I'm saying? If you have time to do things at the last minute, most people will do that. But you don't want to do this at the last minute, man. Jesus is saying that you want to run from the darkness and come into the light. The sooner you do this, the better. So that's why we put a little bit of urgency and connecting to the power of the song, that you got to wake up.
Yeah,
look,
like give
the
it
world is going crazy.
Give it a sports term. We're at the 5-yard line and we're in 4th and down.
That's right. So
now is the time.
That's right. Yes, it really is. This is indeed the end of the world. Let's keep going.
While we look down at our phones, they'll drop a bomb from a drone, then an explosion. We should have known it.
Wow.
We stood on top of mountains. We've been to space before. We had our dogs and houses. and we fought in all their wars. Now that the sky's falling.
Can I just say, I love the image of
Yeah,
Rich being the YOLO guy in the background.
that is amazing. Well, how do you feel about aliens, by the way?
I mean, I'm kind of on the fence.
Yeah.
I think I think it's a possibility
Mm-hmm.
because, I mean, God can do anything. So I think it's a possibility that God may have created aliens elsewhere. But on the same token, it doesn't say anything in the Bible about aliens. So
It doesn't. I'm actually somewhere kind of where you are. I don't believe in extraterrestrials kind of bodily forms and stuff like that, but I do believe there are other bodies out there beside us. Because when you read the Bible, there's a text in Second Corinthians that speaks about we are made a spectacle unto the worlds and to angels and to men. So in other words, there are beyond Earth. There are other worlds that exist. Even in the book of Job, there was this idea of when Satan was talking to Job, talking to God. He says, I've been running up and down up on earth, but he went there when Jesus was somewhat having a meeting. This is the sons of God gathered together. In a sense, they were like this gathering of other worlds. So there's evidence in scripture that we're not the only one. But I'm not necessarily sure though that these alien stuff we're seeing on the skies, if these things are really like these bodily forms that God speaks about. It sounds more like either somebody is playing God or the military is playing with some things that they have some kind of weapons, or it seems like this could be some demonic stuff too, because it sounds like Satan is trying to deceive the masses with these things. That's where I stand when it comes to that.
yeah,
But I'm not denying the fact there are other bodies out there. I just don't know if aliens are them.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on board with that.
Yeah, because we've been talking about this for years. Don't you think by now we should at least have some clear-cut evidence
Yeah.
of what's going on for them to be playing the sugar code? It's like
And-
Bigfoot. We still talk,
and
it's like
like-
talk about Bigfoot. We still talk about Bigfoot. Like, don't you? If it's a real thing, why are we still having this discussion?
And not only that, but with everything that all the scandals and stuff from the government, like, don't you think they would have like pulled that card at some point, been like, hey, look, we got proof aliens exist,
There
to
you go.
try to distract us from something?
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me that they would blame certain things such as the viruses and so on aliens instead of giving the blame. You know how these people be.
Exactly. Oh, the
that's
aliens did it. Let's
the
blame
aliens
them.
did it. Yeah, not the bats, not what's going on over there in that place in China, in CCP. The aliens did it. Like they say, blame the devil kind of thing, right?
Exactly.
And what did we do it for?
Wow, that's a serious picture, boy. Of course, Neville Rockefeller.
And
is-
Jared Potter.
Jared
Potter, if I'm not mistaken, is his brother-in-law that is the graphic designer that does all the CGI stuff.
Yeah, Tom McDonald was. By the way, this was a great video. This was a great song.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited for Tom. That's my class.
Very, very well done.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for Tom. This is an excellent song, excellent video by Nova and Jared. Well done to both of you. Well done, Rich. Like, excellent job, everyone, all the way around.
Excellent. They are a very talented group of people, man. They think from cause to effect, and they put in work. This is not lazy people kind of stuff. They put in work. You can tell there's some green screen stuff happening, but unless you understand these things, you will never be able to know. But the work that goes into this, that's hours of labor. So knowing that they're independent artists doing kind of stuff like this, man, I appreciate that. Tom McDonald doesn't. He's trying to put out the best of the best that he has.
And like he said in his live stream, this is like a movie. And it really is like a movie.
And the hook is pretty nice.
Yep.
Yeah. I think this was a great song. I mean, I have nothing to say. I really believe we're living in the end of the world. I mean, when you look at the Bible, and not only the Bible, look at the signs of the times. Like, even if you didn't believe in the Bible, you can simply look at what's happening in the world today and tell me if this is normal. Stuff is not normal.
So
This is very obvious. There's something happening in the world today.
one of the things that comes to mind for me
Okay.
is
Okay. Oh yeah, Second Timothy chapter 3. Mm-hmm.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 1 through 9. This
Yes.
know also that in the last days perilous times shall come.
Mm-hmm.
For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good,
Yes.
traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. From such turn away.
Turn away.
For this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women laden with sin, led away with divers lusts, ever learning and never able to come to knowledge of the truth.
Yeah.
Now, as Janes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds, reportable concerning of the faith, but they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as theirs also was.
Powerful.
How much do we see that in this time?
It sounds like we're reading our own history here,
or our current day. It's like
a
headline in today's newspaper.
Absolutely. Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. Perilous times, lovers of themselves, boasters, proud,
blasphemers.
Yeah, these are characteristics of people in the end times.
Yeah, and all of these describe people in today's current day and age. I mean, for crying out loud, we have pride parades.
Yeah,
like that right there alone.
Yeah, there's we have the blasphemers. You go on TikTok, you hear blasphemers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they just talk so much trash about God and his word is crazy. I mean,
unthankful. Yeah. How many times have we done something for someone and not gotten any thanks for it?
Oh goodness, all the time. But to top it off, look at the spirit of the age. Look at the zeitgeist of this country today. It's just this idea that there's no respect for the flag. There is no respect for the country. They complain, and why those I don't know, those I will say they are the real fascists.
Certain 3-letter groups.
Yeah, they feel like they have the right to determine how the world should run, but they complain of how racist the country is, but they refuse to invest in it. They speak against capitalist society while they themselves are rich off of it. Yeah. So it's a lot of hypocrisy, ungrateful bastards. That's what I call them.
And then you have false accusers. I mean, look at social media these days and cancel culture. Like, I mean, they go back 10, 15 years just to find something that was said back then, take it out of context because it was okay to say something then, put it in context of today, and accuse you of saying something that is completely out of context and have you canceled out of society.
Yeah, they were canceling Mr. Rogers and stuff, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So, I mean, like, all of these are currently going on right now.
We got a bunch of sensitive little children today who are afraid of words. It's serious. We have people back then in your days, they weren't afraid to go to war. They're like, give me a weapon, I'm gonna go defend my country.
Yeah.
And they will die. They would die, have their limbs cut off, and they didn't care because they had this level of honor and dignity to stand for what is right. Today, we have people that are not only afraid of everything, they're afraid of words. They're afraid. They say word is violent. I think, what? Yeah. False accusers.
They act like words are beating the crap out of somebody.
Yeah.
And it's like
everything they disagree with is hate speech.
Really? Come on.
Spirit of the age. Yeah. What about love as a pleasure more than love as of God? I thought about that too. I'm like, oh goodness, right? you know that's right. We can't have somebody going to a football game and just a bleeding stand kind of thing, staying there for hours, and you invite a person to church and they won't show up. Even when sometimes we have food, the sermon is short. Our church, we last about an hour and a half, and they still won't show up. We give food, the music is good, the sermon is powerful, the people are happy. Very few shows up. But it's okay because it's a spiritual matter. We know spiritual things are spiritually discerned. We know some of us are carnal, so therefore that doesn't necessarily mean anything. But this is not to say because a person doesn't go to church, they don't love God either. Because some people, they're worshiping God right within their living room. They're worshiping God in their room. So I understand that and I get it. But there are some, they just don't want nothing to do with God and nothing to do with His church. And they just want to sit back and whine and pine and complain. But if there's a game, if there's something happening in the world, they give their hearts and everything to it. And even though they have to pay money for it, they will still do it anyway.
Or they like to visit those less savory websites and,
of course,
have fun with themselves.
Love is a pleasure more than love is of God. We live in that time. We live in serious times today. And it's okay to call it out. It might be a sharp rebuke for some, but truth is truth. One thing we don't do in these channels, we don't lie.
Yeah. We're gonna give it to you straight, one way or another.
Yeah,
whether you like it or not, you're gonna get the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're gonna get it from a biblical perspective.
Absolutely, we don't sugarcoat the word. Yeah, I think this was great. I think this was a great video.
That's pretty much where we're at. Was all of this? I think. That's about it for today, and I hope you enjoyed what we had to offer.
Right.
And if you did, please leave a like or a comment and subscribe.
Subscribe to the channel.
And thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
See you next time. Bye.
See you on the next. Bye-bye.